We have a super interesting video today. These are not just two languages that have so much in common, but also two historical ancient civilizations, cultures. There's a lot in common between them. But for this video, we're going to compare some words. But before we get to all of that, we're just going to do a brief introduction, and then we'll start with the words. So if you want, you can go ahead and introduce yourself first.
Sure. Thanks, Bahadur. I'm Kiarash, and I'm a native Persian speaker, but I'll be representing the Avestan language today.
And I'm Sanket. I'm a native Hindi, Marathi speaker, but I will be representing Sanskrit today.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. So we're going to do a series of words. You will read the word to each other, and you try to guess what it means. In some cases, they're very close, so it's not going to be too difficult for you. But in other cases, you may have to shift the sounds a little bit. There are words which are not exactly the same, so you have to you'll notice a pattern where you shift the sound a little bit and you'll figure it out. So here are the words that you'll be reading, and these are your words.
Okay.
So we'll start off with the first one, and if you need hints or if you need some...
Yeah, we'll need hints.
Yeah. So we'll get to that, but we'll just go one by one. We'll try to start with some that are a little bit easier at first, and then we'll make it a little bit more challenging as you go forward.
Sounds good.
So you can go ahead and read the first one here.
Okay. So the first word is Vira.
Yeah, Veera is a brave person or a warrior, basically. It's Veer. It's the exact same one in Sanskrit.
1-0 for India.
Yep.
Durhat.
Yeah, the first one for you is Antara or Antar.
I know it's not going to be this, but there's a word antar in Persian that's like equivalent to monkey. And I know it's not that. But Antara, you said?
Yeah.
Antara or Antar. It doesn't sound like anything else in Persian that I would know of, but...
Give you a hint.
Sure.
Think of a distance. Think of, in that terms, think of
Okay, gonna guess here. So these languages are Indo-European languages, right? So if it's distance-wise, could it be like between?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
The reason why I say this is because for example, in French, it's entre, between, or in Spanish, it's entre, or same with Portuguese, entry. Like it's
mid or near
middle.
even.
Yeah.
Near.
It's distance actually in Sanskrit.
So that's what it means in Sanskrit.
Yeah.
So the Avestan word is aspa.
Doesn't immediately ring a bell, actually.
So this is one of the words where you have to do a bit of a sound shift. Remember, so one thing I want to mention for the audience, there are a lot of words in common between the two languages, but sometimes there is a shift in the sound. One particular sound shift that is very common is the H and the S. So you'll notice that a lot, but if you just focus on changing the sound on one of the letters, then it becomes more obvious.
So I'm thinking of two words based on that. One is Ashta. Ashta would be 8, like the number 8. But then the other word is Ashva, which would be like a horse, basically.
So it's
got to be one of those two. Which one is it?
It's horse.
Okay.
Yeah. Say that again. How would it be for you?
Ashva.
Ashva.
Yeah. So I think then the P becomes a W.
Somehow. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And in modern Persian, we use the word asp.
Okay.
So that it's aspa becomes more like asp.
Took away that last part.
Right.
Made it easy.
Right. Yep. So the word is, I'm going to say it in two different ways, and then you can maybe, one of them will
confuse
ring a bell,
me more.
probably.
It's okay.
No. One of them will probably ring a bell. So it's either Pitr or Pitter or Pitter.
Okay. It's... Now I have two answers.
Okay.
One could be... My Persian mind is thinking behtar, like better, but it's probably if it's pitar, it's like hidar, like father.
Right. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Is a father?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pitra is actually father or forefather in Sanskrit. Yep. Yeah.
So this word is pairi. Pairi.
Okay. Yeah, that's also a few different things are crossing my mind right now. So Peri would be Pari is the immediate one that I'm thinking of, but Pari in Hindi or Urdu would be a fairy, but
And
again,
in Persian
that's-
too. In
right.
Persian,
so
Pari,
that's
yeah.
Urdu though. That's not Sanskrit. So
Yeah.
the other Pari would be your surroundings, basically. Like there's a word called parisar, which means surroundings, or parivar, which means like the people around you. So that Pari would be. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You got it correctly.
Yeah.
It is surroundings. And in modern Persian, we could say Piramun,
Okay.
which usually means either environment or surrounding.
This is not the native language, your mother tongue that you speak on a daily basis, right? So it's a little bit complicated, but I tried to go with words which most of them do have modern equivalents, but they sound sometimes drastically different. They're not that close.
Yeah.
But you'll see more of that as we
Yeah,
go
like
on.
a lot of these are, I mean, I know them from, because I know a lot of Sanskrit mantras, and that, like I
Right,
mainly know
yes.
these words from those mantras, and then thankfully like my parents translated the mantras for me when I was a kid, so like I know the correlation between like these words.
Exactly, and
the-
same
yeah.
with like Zoroastrian prayers that you're familiar with, right? So you would have come across some of these words.
For sure.
So the next one that you're going to read is one of those where I mentioned there's a shift between the H and the S.
Okay. So the word itself in Sanskrit is sapta.
Oh, like 7.
Yeah,
Like
sapta.
haft.
It's exactly
We say
that.
haft,
Sapta
yeah.
is 7. Yep.
Haft,
Yep.
haft. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, Indo-European connections. It's like set in French for 7. Set. Literally spelled S-E-P-T. I don't want to give him any hints before this. Ameritat.
Okay, that's just based on the first. Mentally I'm breaking it down into 2 parts, right? So I'm ignoring the second half of that, and I'm just going to focus on Amar or Amar. There's no Amar, but there's Amar. Amar basically in Sanskrit means immortal. So Amar is immortal. So I'm
Yes,
assuming you're.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This is
That
correct.
works fine,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
So what's the actual meaning in?
okay, so it's immortality.
Okay.
It even sounds similar in English, right? Ameritat, immortality, right? The probably is the exact same thing in Sanskrit. The a part makes it negative. So if it was meritat, it would just mean death.
Yeah.
But ameritat, it means undying. It means immortality,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Same concept in English that gets the logic from Latin and so on and so forth.
But yeah, like going back to immortality, I think Amar would be immortal. So if you're talking about immortality, the word would be Amaratva.
Interesting. All right. So we were at this one. So that
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, the word is I'm gonna say it like exactly the way it's said in Sanskrit. It's Medha or Medha. Could be Medha. I don't know, because I don't know if you have the dha sound, but it's Medha.
So this is one of those where there is a letter in there where
So
the
is the,
sound will
like
shift.
H is an S, so like Metza, would that be like if we were to change it?
Close, yes. We would use this word in modern Persian as well, but not
Okay.
doesn't sound exactly like that. I think Zoroastrianism.
Oh, like is it like
No, me-
Mazda?
Right.
Okay. And it means the same thing. It means like great knowing.
Yeah, it means intellect or wisdom, basically. So Medha is a very common female name, actually, like an actual name. Like a lot of, like it's a common Indian name, and it's actually a name of goddess Saraswati, which is the goddess of wisdom in Hinduism. Yeah.
Ashta.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we talked about it earlier, right? So yeah, that's 8 basically.
yeah.
Ashta is exactly 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, you have to keep some of the previous hints in mind for this,
Okay.
but the word itself is it's Asura or Asura in Sanskrit.
Okay, so the SH again, so Ahura, like like a creator, like a
This actually brings up an interesting point, because the meaning itself, because of the, like, it's similar but not the same, because the meaning is reversed in Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit, we've got suras and asuras, basically. So suras are gods and asuras are actually evil.
Yeah, it's just like how we have
evil
Dev.
creatures. Like,
Dev for
yeah.
us is evil, but for you,
correct. Deva for
divine.
us is actually divine. So somehow, like somewhere down the line, the meanings got interchanged between suras and asuras and devas and danavas. But yeah, but clearly there's a connection there. Yeah.
This one's an interesting one. Vayu.
Vayu is I mean, it's an obvious one. It's one of the 5 elements. It's air or wind. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't
That's
wasn't
good.
too bad. No
That
hints
was,
needed for that
another
one.
point for India. I see.
This is going to be a little challenging, I think. So it's druh or droh. Druh is the original one, but then it morphed into droha, and like that's a fairly common word. But I think you might have to give a hint or something. I
So
don't know.
we just, I mean, a hint would be we have this word that we commonly use in Persian today. Obviously, it doesn't sound like that. It's just they're related. And think under the lines of something that is, well, that would be like a very obvious hint, but
Well, let me tell you what I'm thinking.
Like maybe
It's-
just the letters.
yes,
Like, do you
yes.
wanna change
The
letter?
end,
Yeah.
the ending will be different. So
okay, so it's either hello or lie. Because I'm thinking either durud or duruh.
no, it's not
Which is-
durud. No,
so it's
yeah,
duruh?
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
So duruj in like Avesta and like
exactly.
Divan,
where-
What does it
Trojan,
mean?
or
It means like a
Yeah,
lie
it's-
or deceit or
Okay,
but I
yeah,
think that's close.
the,
Yeah.
the lie, yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
The meaning is a little bit different in Sanskrit.
It's
right?
actually betrayal.
Yep.
Yeah, in Sanskrit.
It is
yeah.
Action, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
They both have negative concepts.
Correct.
It's
Negative.
like a
yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
My word is tara. Tara.
Are there any other ways you can say it?
Well, I mean, this is like, again, that's not modern Persian. Like even if you said this to like modern Persian speaker, they wouldn't get it because we don't say it like this,
Yeah.
right? You can see the similarity, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing this justice. Maybe I should be saying it
the
better.
vowel, the last
Tara.
vowel will be a little bit different.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you spell it in English, right? Like you forget to do the ah,
Yeah.
and a lot of people just do one a. Sometimes it's 2 a's, or like it has a, what we call it, like it's just a dash basically. So it extends the pronunciation of that last word. But,
Yeah.
So you said
maybe
tara.
Tara.
Okay, so there are 2 possibilities. It could either be tara. Tara would be a star.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's related to, well, that's different, but it's
Yeah.
not in
Yeah.
this case.
Okay.
It's not that.
The other one would be taru. Taru would be taru, or like that's basically means a forest. So then I'm thinking something along those lines.
Okay,
It
it's
is-
close.
yeah.
That's very close.
Okay.
So, what does a forest consist of?
Yeah, well,
It's
trees. Yeah, taru is tree. Yeah,
tree,
yeah, yep,
tree.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do this final one.
So the word would be, there are 2 ways of saying it. You could either say manas or you could say mana. So there are 2 ways, like manas or mana.
Okay, if you just said man, I would think it's me.
Okay.
But mana, again, if we're going back to this whole Zoroastrian theme, then
Think
mana, like
under the-
vuhu mana, like
Which is?
yes.
which is the mana portion means thought, or yeah, like active thought. So like vuhu mana is a concept in Zoroastrianism of good thinking,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
so mana is
fairly close to
yeah.
what
Is
we're
this,
saying,
so
yeah.
does mana mean like
Yeah,
thinking?
so mana is man, basically. Man means heart, but mana also means, like manas also means your psyche or just your
Yeah,
mind,
your-
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because when we were talking about languages that, like I said earlier, you don't speak these on a daily basis, but I did try to pick words which have connections to modern languages that that are spoken, and also the connections, you can pretty much see it in all of them, right? I did want to talk about 2 more words because we do use this in Persian today as well. One of them is how do you say like a offspring or descendant or a grandchild in Sanskrit?
Offsprings would be like natu or nata or something like that. Like a grandchild would be a natu. Like that's
Okay, so that one would be a little bit difficult to
Yeah.
guess because in like in modern Persian we have the word nave,
Yeah.
which is like your grandchild, but napat or napat, I'm not sure exactly how to to pronounce it. And
Yeah.
so there's that connection as well.
So napat is a word, but like it's not very obvious. Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, that wouldn't be. But that connection also exists, and it's one that has gradually found its way to the modern Persian language that we speak today. And the other one is, so in Persian today, for the word water, we say ab. But I do know that in some Iranian languages today, they still say up or appa or apo or something under those lines. Which I believe would be close to what you'd say in Sanskrit, right?
Again, I only know this because of the mantras that I know, right? It's not a very commonly used word, but apaha is actually water, which is like one of the 5 elements, right? But the modern, like slightly modern-ish Hindi word for water would be jal. So jal is the more common word, but apa is a more like the more technical
sacred
term.
sacred
a more
water.
sacred. Yeah, exactly. It's like sacred water basically.
Okay. Yeah. So those ones would be kind of tough to guess, but I just thought it'd be interesting to. And there's obviously a lot more words, and people who are watching are welcome to share anything else, and not in terms of just vocabulary between the two languages, but also, as I said, 2 very ancient civilizations and cultures that have so much in common if you go back thousands of years.